Friday, President Trump signalled that Russia and Ukraine were inching closer to signing a ceasefire deal. Well, Moscow has confirmed the meeting and said that they'd invited Donald Trump to visit Russia following the Alaska summit. President Putin has repeatedly said any discussions to end the war would have to include guarantees that the 4 parts of Ukraine occupied during the conflict would remain in Russian control. Aronade Mukherjee has more.
It's official. President Donald Trump and President Vladimir Putin will be meeting next week, their first in-person meeting since 2019. Confirming on social media, President Trump said the highly anticipated talks would take place on Friday, the 15th of August in Alaska. Interestingly, a meet on US territory, positioning Mr. Trump as the host, holding talks on land that the US purchased from Russia more than a century and a half ago. The announcement came after a meeting between Donald Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff and Vladimir Putin earlier this week, a conversation they described to be constructive. On Friday evening, President Trump indicated that talks will possibly include discussions over territory.
So we're looking at that, but we're actually looking to get some back and some swapping. It's complicated. It's actually nothing easy. It's very complicated, but we're going to get some back. We're going to get some switched. There'll be some swapping of territories to the betterment of both.
Kyiv would be watching anxiously. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has repeatedly made it clear that his country must be involved in any talks between Russia and the US. There are concerns that without his voice, Mr. Trump and Mr. Putin could agree to concessions that Kyiv may not want.
We are keeping up our talks with partners to find a common position for a solid peace for Ukraine, a real peace. And if everyone can see the opportunities and threats the same way, then we'll be able to get to a lasting peace. There is already a lot of support, and this support is based in the new circumstances when a deadline has been set for Russia for a ceasefire.
The Kremlin has confirmed the talks, calling Russia and the US close neighbors bordering each other. Donald Trump has prided himself in getting peace deals done around the world and has been impatient to see a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. But in the past, 3 rounds of talks between the two countries have failed to bring the war closer to an end. 3.5 years since Moscow's full invasion. Will this face-to-face summit lead to something different? Aronade Mukherjee, BBC News, Washington.
Well, earlier I spoke to Alexander Murishka, who is chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the Ukrainian Parliament.